But guys, let's go ahead and move on to topic number 8. We're running a little long, and I got to get these kids to bed. They got lives and babies to feed and worlds to save and all that. And it's just another trailer breakdown for the Spiral. It's the Spiral from the Book of Saul. Larry, have you seen this? This is a topic number 8. Larry, have you seen this trailer?
No,
have not. And was you about to say something before I switched over?
Oh, just one of the comments. Kat Harlem asked what branch of the military I served in, because she said I was in the Coast Guard.
Already. Thank you for your service, sir. Yeah, Elliot, have you seen the trailer for Saul?
Yeah, man. Saul, me and Saul have a really deep relationship. I'm a Saul fanatic, even though I can admit those last 7 films pretty bad.
Eman, have you seen the latest Saul trailer?
Yeah, I'm right there with Elliot. I mean, James Wan, with the connection and everything, the Saw. So I was already in love with the whole franchise. Last couple movies were kind of weak, but it's kind of like when you that deep. When you that deep into it,
you can't go back. Exactly.
And again,
I told you a long time ago, I value my sleep.
and Larry, you say you have not seen the trailer, right?
No, man, I value my sleep. I don't want to wake up in the middle. You don't want
to watch it. You don't watch it.
I ain't gonna have no nightmares with this.
You want me to play it for you?
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Package just came in.
Get everybody out of here. Play me.
Hello, Detective Banks. Do you know where your officers are?
Jigsaw?
Wait, I thought the Jigsaw killer was dead.
He is.
Find him. They're hours, not days.
How can I catch this guy? If there's nobody on the force, I can bust!
You can't do this alone.
Whoever did this has another motive. Something personal.
When was the last time you saw your father?
Jigsaw copycat.
This is gonna go sideways fast.
I'm a left spin like a spiral.
All available units, officer down.
That was just a diversion to get us out of the precinct. I need everyone on this case. He could be anywhere. He could be anyone. We're gonna tear this city apart.
I'm a left spin like a spiral.
Hello, Detective Banks. When was the last time you saw your father?
All right. And like I was saying, guys, that brings us to topic number 8. We're going to break down this trailer. It looks so damn good. I'm gonna just go ahead and go first. Only reason I'm excited about this is because of Chris Rock and also Samuel L. Jackson. If they were, I'm a big fan of both of them. That's probably obvious. But if both of them was not a part of this, I would not care. And also, the trailer looks good. And Larry, I was laughing my ass off. I saw how you was watching this trailer, guys. So I'm gonna call you out, y'all. This is Larry caught behind his desk. But it wasn't that bad, man. Larry, what do you think about the trailer, man? You think you're gonna see it? Is it too scary for you?
Man, see, it started off like it might be sort of like a thriller, sort of. And then you have these little flashes with people putting, pillowcases over people's heads and snatching them out of the darkness. Nah, man. See, I'll have to go watch Tom and Jerry if I watch this. I'll have to go like on a deep binge of Disney movies or something. This will mess my sleep up.
Elliot, what you got?
Look, man, I'm a big fan of the franchise. The only thing I don't like about it is the new copycat Jigsaw. I don't like the voice because I used to love me some live or die. Make your choice. Do you want to play a game? I used to love that. John Kramer, Jigsaw is one of my favorite, horror icons of a sorts. But the only thing with this film so far, besides that,
man, get off the pig.
I don't know if it's almost so self-aware. I don't know if this. I don't want to say it's going to be a parody of a sorts, but I don't know if they're being funny with the genre. And again, the first trailer when you had Sam Jackson, doing a Sam Jackson thing, I don't know if it's going to be comedy, thriller, horror, or if it is a straight, because this was conceived from the mind of Chris Rock. He went to Lionsgate and said, I want to make this film. They got the director of Saw 2, 3, and 5, I want to say, connected to this. So it's going to be interesting because I watched the last season of Fargo with Chris Rock really playing like a serious role. He's done it in the past before. And sometimes it's like I see Chris Rock. I don't see the actor. So that's the only thing that makes me a little bit nervous. And we played in this well before, as Eman can testament, in regards to the police being so involved with Saw. There's literally like 4 films where the police are like heavily involved. And I don't want to spoil anything, but we're going back to that well with some undercover people can be trusted working with Jigsaw, this new copycat Jigsaw. So we'll see, man. I'm going to check it out because I literally own all the Saw films. I've seen them a million times, and this is going to be the millionth and one time that I'll see something attached to the Saw universe. So we'll see.
Real Zia Latrice, I think that's the best comment that you've ever came up with in the universe.
Great,
man. Eman, what you got, Eman?
All right, so I feel like Thanos right now because I feel like I too am cursed with knowledge. And because of that, it's kind of messed me up a little bit because I happen to have a friend of mine who works in the industry that does a lot of the screenings and testings for the movie. The first round of this didn't do very hot. Now, that doesn't mean that maybe they tweaked it up a little bit, maybe they fixed a couple things, but it just the scores from audiences came out to be and even that, wasn't what concerned me. What concerned me the most was the interview of Chris Rock. Just like Elliot, I was concerned because Chris Rock, not because he was starring in it, because he can do serious roles at times and that can work, but it was the fact that he wanted to executive produce this. And it was what he said to Lionsgate that bothered me in his interviews. He was like, yo, I was watching the Saw movies and I kept thinking to myself, like, there needs to be a funny part here. It's not funny enough. And I was like, what?
That's my fear.
Yeah. What? Damn,
no. So the fact that he was saying that, I was like, so you want to make a Saw movie because it wasn't funny enough? And here's the thing. I get it. Some people don't do horror and stuff. My wife is like that. Like, because she doesn't like horror, she likes to laugh at it. That's why we can't watch horror at the same time, because horror and comedy are like oil and water. They do not go together. It's literally like it's water to fire. If you're scared of something, what do? Laugh at it. That way it's no longer scary. And to me, I'm like, yo, I'm trying to go into this to be scared. I'm not trying to go into it to laugh about stuff, because that disrupts the tension. It disrupts the mood. It disrupts the eeriness, the fear, all of that. So I'm very concerned if they keep that. Now, this trailer doesn't show a hint of that, but you can always cut a good trailer to look one way and the movie come out a different way. Just look at Cabin Fever, for example, or Cabin in the Woods, for example. I'm still mad at that movie, Cabin in the Woods, because the trailer made it look like a legit horror, but the movie was like a straight up parody joke. And I was like, I didn't come for
did Josh Whedon do that one?
I think so.
Drew Goddard.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That was a cluster.
To me, I'm like, yo, sell me whatever your trailer is telling me. That's what I'm expecting. So if we're going to get what this trailer showed, I'm in. I'm sold. I'm good with it. But if what Chris Rock said in previous interviews about adding more humor and stuff like that, I'm just saying I'm concerned, because I don't want humor like that in these type of movies. That's just me, unless you're talking about doing some Bruce Campbell campy type of thing, That's different. That's a different lane where you could do horror and comedy, but ain't nobody really being scared of something like that. Right. You know, the Evil Dead, the 1980s version, the Freddy Krueger type of stuff back in the day. But like this, it's supposed to be scary. It's supposed to keep you up at night. You know, man, look, we'll see.
Y'all think Samuel gonna make it out alive? You think Chris Rock gonna chop his arm off? Do you think Miss Piggy is coming home to dinner?
That's so funny though that Eman brought up. That first trailer was more comedy because it was Chris Rock and his partner talking about his wife cooking dinner, and they had the 21 Savage song playing in the background. So going back to what you said about your friend with the test, I think they might have tweaked that and made it a little bit more horror, especially with the year gap that they had to delay. So hopefully they went more to like, let's make it more scary. Because the only thing that could be funny, and I'm just going back to my theatrical experience with all the Saw films, I'm the type of person that I grew up with horror, so I kind of laugh at parts that aren't supposed to be funny. But the big thing about Saw is the traps. And when you're in that environment in a dark room and it's like, oh, they're tearing off their ears, and then you just kind of laugh after the scene happens. So maybe that's what he meant by like playing more into like, this is messed up. You know, you got to shoot heroin in your arms to survive, right? You pretty much live or die. You're going to die by living. So maybe that's what he meant by just maybe cutting the tension in regards to those crazy traps they have and kind of playing into the absurdity of it all. So we'll see.
Did you laugh at the first two Saws? Because I think those are like the best ones.
No, those are like straight, like you mentioned, James Wan, and those first two are like some of my favorite horror films. I love, especially the first one.
First two are great. 3 was okay.
Yeah.
4 and 5 were pretty much the worst things that ever hit the world.
Donnie Wahlberg and that whole thing.
4 and 5 were horrible. 6 was actually pretty decent.
It was all right.
I remember like, okay, 6 was my, and then 7.
Was that the one with the redhead?
I can't remember. I can't remember. I just remember
they start to blend together for me.
I think 6 was when his wife
how many
got
movies
involved.
are there?
There's
a lot.
7, 8. Yeah.
Then 7 was bad. That ended it, and that's when they had the dude from the first one come back, and he was a Saw person. Yeah. And then they had like a reboot that came out like
it was called Jigsaw.
Yeah, Jigsaw. That was crap. That was crap. That was crap.
Yeah.
But guys.